Emperor Taizong of Tang was the second monarch of Tang Dynasty of China. He is traditionally regarded as the co-founder of the dynasty, and played pivotal role in defeating several of the dynasty. Taizong is considered to be one of the greatest emperors in Chinese history, and all the future emperors regarded him as the exemplary model. His era, the reign of Zhenguan, is considered a golden age in ancient Chinese, as China flourished with economically and militarily. Emperor Taizong was born as Li Shimin into an honorable, aristocratic clan of the Sui dynasty. His grandfather was a noble lord, and his grandmother was the sister of Queen Dagu. His father Li Yuan was the Duke of the Tang, and a general in the army of the Sui dynasty, which had become more and more corrupt. In the final years, the last emperor of the Sui drained the imperial treasury on military campaigns, ignoring the needs of the people. Li Yuan joined with other rebels to lead a revolt, which overthrew the Sui dynasty, and established himself as Gaoju, first emperor of the Tang dynasty. Emperor Gaoju, the new emperor of Tang, has nominated his oldest son, Li Jiancheng, as the crown prince, and Li Shimin, the second son, as the prince of Qin, and marshal of the Tang's army. Gaoju was a good emperor, who continued the best policies of the Sui dynasty, reducing the abuses, and reforming those policies which had allowed them. In the next few years, Li Shimin led Tang's army, and defeated other strong uprising troops, and done irreplaceable contributions to the Tang's kingdom. Although Gaoju ruled well, Li Shimin was becoming increasingly popular among the people for his military exploits, and this concerned his brothers. Li Jiancheng, the crown prince, worried about the great reputation of Li Shimin, and considered him the biggest competitor as heir, so he conspired with the other brothers to eliminate Li Shimin. Li Shimin heard his brothers were going to stage a coup, to remove Gaoju and take the throne, and Li Jiancheng would become the emperor. So, Li Shimin placed loyal soldiers near the Xuanwu gate of the palace, the route he knew his brothers would take. Then Li Jiancheng led 2,000 elite soldiers to invade Shimin's palace, and was killed by Li Shimin along with his brothers. Li Shimin ascended the throne as Emperor Taizong, and sentenced all the sons of Jiancheng and Yuanji to death. He buried his brothers using the prince's ceremony. After all the enemies were eliminated, Taizong started his rule, as one of the greatest emperors in the history of China. Religious tolerance and diversity in China flourished under Taizong's reign. Buddhism became widely practiced, exceeding Confucianism. When Shimin and his older brother were fighting over the throne, the powerful Empire Turkic Khaganate kept invading the Tang Empire. After Taizong ascended the throne, Taizong sent his army against the Eastern Turkic Khaganate, after diplomatic measures failed. After Taizong ascended the throne, he immediately nominated his beautiful and talented wife, a girl that supported through most of his life, the Empress Changsun. They loved each other deeply, and had 3 sons and 4 daughters together. However, Empress Changsun passed away when she was only 35. Taizong had a few imperial concubines, and he selected 14-year-old girl, Wu Zhao, as one of his concubines. Wu Zhao became Taizong's constant companion at court, and was involved in all of the meetings and conferences the emperor held. She was very clever and intelligent, but also beautiful, and she attracted the attention of many men at court. One of these men was Li Ji, Taizong's son, who fell deeply in love with Wu Zhao. She began an affair with him, while still holding her position as Taizong's favorite concubine. Emperor Taizong wanted to be a good leader, and to help his people. He started a new regulation called the equal distribution of land. At the same time, he was improving China, he was conquering new lands. Under Taizong, China expanded to become the dominant power in Asia, and the largest nation in the world. Emperor Taizong became ill in 649 and died. He was buried with the great ceremony in his home province, in a tomb known as the Zhao Mausoleum. Emperor Taizong's youngest son Li Ji ascended to the throne as Emperor Gaozong, and became an exceptional monarch that further extended Tang's territory. Gaozong was so in love with Wu Zhao, so he had brought back to the palace and made her his first concubine. She became the power behind the throne, and when Gaozong died, Wu Zhao seized power, and became the Empress Wu Zetian.